everyone. Hi. Can you hear me, class?
Yes. Hi.
Okay, perfect. Hi. Okay, Lee, Adelma, admin. Okay, admin is someone else. Cynthia and
Oh, hello.
okay, hi. Okay, and Jamilat, am I correct with your name?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, class, we have a few more minutes to stay for the other students to join. So during this time, if you have any questions, I would be glad to answer. Very general, not related to the class, just general talk. Because officially the live session will be a start at 5, so I like to stay until that time. So
Okay.
I have off class. Thank Okay. Fatima, welcome. So I see one new member, Mallory. Hi. And Mallory, correct? Mallory, you are muted.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, it's almost 5, and we can go ahead and officially start. Let me open this agenda first. Okay. Okay, hello class, hello everyone, and thank you for being here. I'm glad to have you all here. So the first things first, so I'd like you to ask everyone to introduce yourself. I need to notice I'm recording this video, so because some of the students are not here, so in case if you like to don't report your location, this is completely fine. So otherwise, please feel free to introduce yourself and then just a little bit about your statistics background and the type of the software you consider to work with this class at this moment. Based on the class, you can change the your preferences anytime if you like. Okay. Okay, so please, who want to start first?
Okay. I'm Cynthia Leek, and I chose to use the RStudio software for this class, which I'm not familiar with at all. So trying to get familiarized with it as we speak.
Okay.
And then what else did you want to know? I'm sorry.
That's it. So you have, so that's it. So thank you. Okay, next one, please.
I'll go. My name is Doris Jamila. I chose the RStudio to work, but when I was doing it, I had a trouble, and then it's giving me an error, and it's saying that something about I send it to you the screenshot of it and what am I getting. So what I do is to just get ahead of with the exercise. I just did it with an Excel. I'm okay with doing it with Excel, but I want to be exposed in using RStudio since like it's kind of a cool software to work on, and it would be helpful for me to navigate RStudio as well.
Okay. Okay, so after this live session, you have a chance to just.
I would like to try with the RStudio.
Okay,
but if it doesn't work out, then I'll go with Excel.
Yeah, I will go with both of them. So feel free to go. But I believe the RStudio is much easier to keep the record for what you are doing to document everything. Okay, the next one, please.
My name is Eric Mason. I actually just finished up the first exercise using Excel. That seems to work for me. So I wrote what I initially tried RStudio, but more than likely I'm just going to stick with Excel.
Okay.
However, the one question I do have is when I save the document, open it back up, all my formulas went away on the .csv file. Is there anything I need to know?
I will explain. Bear with me. So I will talk to the first thing first. You need to go when you are working in Excel. The first thing you need to save is as an Excel file. Otherwise, you're going to lose everything you did. This is really important point. Okay, thank you. Excel is powerful. It's not recommended, but this is good. Software is free. And then also RStudio is free, but Excel, for type of work we are required in this class, I believe the RStudio is much easier to go, but even it's your choice. That's fine with me completely. Thank you. Okay, next one.
Hi, I'm Leanne Burrell, and I chose to go with Excel, but I'm open to RStudio. I'm really not familiar with either one, so I'm just open to whatever is going to be easiest to get through this class.
Okay, Lee, I recommend you to go with RStudio. As you can document everything, and all the instruction is based on the RStudio. So go with that, and if you don't like it, you can switch to the Excel. This is fine.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Fatima, are you going to next? I'm looking at your screen, so I'm just going with that screen. Fatima, are you going to?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Fatima, and I already started with Excel, but having trouble calculating the p-value.
Okay.
So, and then I tried to download the R. I'm not used to it, but I'm not really getting anything.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. I will explain how to compute the ttest using Excel. So then, even after this live session, you have a chance to switch your program.
Okay.
Okay, I see Shrika.
Yes, do you hear me, Professor?
Yes.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
So I'm having a hard time because I just got used to using Mac and it's very tricky. And so I'm gonna start with Excel because, as you know, this is my last semester, so I'm just trying to just wrap up and do well. So I'm gonna stick with Excel for now.
Okay, that's fine.
And then
that's completely fine.
I just practice with RStudio, but Excel, I'm more comfy using Excel. And I just did statistic in the summer, so most of the stuff we already, so I should do well because I just
that's great. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sarah, are you going next?
Hi, I don't know if you said my name. I'm just going to go with it. Hi.
Yes.
I'm Sarah talking. I originally chose to do Excel, but I'm going to go with RStudio. I figure I'm up for the challenge.
Okay. So feel free to change, to just stay. That's completely fine with me. Thank you very much. Teresa?
Hi, my name is Teresa, of course. However, I know a little bit about Excel, but I'm not really familiar with it. I don't really know how to work with it as well as I'd like to. I've taken classes in the past to work with Excel, but as they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. And I mean, thus far, I'm kind of having a difficult time understanding anything and computing it. And I've tried numerous times to try to download this RStudio. However, it's not working for me. I'm not having a good time with that one either. And I mean, this is my second to last semester. And I mean, I'm kind of very discouraged right now, but
No worries. That's
So
fine.
I'm willing to work with whichever one is easiest, and that'll help me complete the class the most effectively and efficiently.
That's great objective. And which operating system are you using, Mac or Windows?
I use Windows.
Okay, you're gonna be fine. I don't think so any problem with that. Okay, thank you very much, Teresa.
Okay.
I see. Okay, next one I see Adelma, but anyone else can go.
Hello.
Hi, Monique. Yes.
Adelma. This is Adelma.
Yes, Adelma. Please go ahead.
Yes. Hi. Well, I've downloaded RStudio. I think I've done it successfully according to the video. I've had a little bit of exposure to RStudio in my stats class, but I didn't do well in my stats class. I feel lost again. I need a major refresher and how to start the exercises.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm here to help. All of you feel free to send me an email, and this is the class to learn. I take care of every single email and read all the posts, but I like you to just feel free to ask. This is the class for learning a new language. So I understand the difficulties, but we are trying to do. As long as we are trying so hard, so it's gonna be fine. And then, so this is okay. Thank you. Okay, next one, please.
This is Monique. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not, but
I can hear you well.
You can? Okay. So I've never used the RStudio before, but I have used Excel. I'm a little familiar with it, so I think I'll be more comfortable with trying to use it. And I too have Microsoft pretty much instead of the Windows, so I think I'm going to try that for this class. And if I have a bit difficulty, then I'll switch to the RStudio. So
okay, that's completely fine. Okay, great. Thank you, Monique. I saw Rose for a moment.
Sorry.
Hi. No, this is fine. If you'd like to stay with voice, this is completely fine. So just go. Want to introduce yourself, Rose?
I'm sorry. I'm just pushing buttons.
Okay. No, this is fine. If you want to stay with audio, this is completely fine. I just saw you for a moment. I just I noticed that.
And I hear her also, so.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Rose, do you want to go and introduce yourself?
So my name is Rose, and basically I live in Baltimore, Maryland. My major is health services management. I tried to do the RStudio, but I was having difficulty, so I went ahead and switched back to Excel.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Okay, and who's next one?
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Jackie. Go ahead.
Hi, this is Jackie. I am going to use the RStudio. Never used it before, but I'm going to try it to see if I can get through it, because these are my last 2 classes. So I want to make sure that I can utilize what I need to utilize to get all of this done.
Okay, great. Thank you. I see. Okay, next one, please. My voice is echoing. Okay, that's fine now. Who is Adelma? Lorpa?
I'll go.
Yeah, I introduced myself already.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Lorpa. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Great. So I, like everybody else, I started trying to use the RStudio, but I went back to the Excel because I'm not comfortable with it. And so I wanted to, I guess, use something I felt a little comfortable with. But I guess if I get a tutorial, I might venture in trying to use it. My objective is just to use a, I guess, a web applet that will allow me to accomplish the various assignments. Well,
that's great, thank you. And I believe you called through the computer and phone, right? So I just muted your phone.
Right. Yeah. Well, I started the phone, then I went to the computer. So
yeah, I just muted your phone because it was echoing. So you can disconnect your phone, or just I keep it muted.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, and sure. I see Rika is here. You are muted. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Perfect. Are you going to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Sharika. I'm new to this class, and I'm just trying to get a hands-on feeling with the Excel so I can complete the exercise. I want to complete it before the deadline. I don't want no issues.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And I have two more students on the phone. One of them introduced. If any of you, is there anyone else like to introduce himself?
Yes, this is Rita Okobi.
Hi, Rita.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Professor. To introduce myself, I am currently into the Health Services Management Program. I'm hoping to be done by spring of next year. So for this class right now, I'm pretty much, I won't say lost, but I'm new to a lot of things. So most likely I will go with Excel because I've used it before, just a little bit though, but I think I will, I can get to learn it more.
Okay,
instead
great.
of starting with a new
That's
one.
a great
Yeah.
approach. Thank you.
Thank you.
I see Nicole join us. Nicole, are you going, can you hear me? Probably, Nicole, you joined me just now and you are not still on the Zoom. Nicole, can you hear me? Okay, class. So, Nicole, can you hear me? Okay, I can't. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. So, is there anyone else did not introduce herself himself?
I didn't introduce myself.
Oh, sure. Please go ahead.
My name is Mallory, and I've never used RStudio before. I've used Excel, but like in your explanations of how to do RStudio, it actually is a lot easier pulling information out. So I'm actually excited kind of to use it.
Sure, of course, you can switch to any software during the week and during the 8 weeks. This is completely fine. This is one of the options for the class.
So Professor, I do have a question.
Sure.
I did see where it said if you choose to use one or the other, you couldn't use both. If I'm not mistaken, I saw that. So if I choose to use RStudio right now and I'm having difficulties with it and I don't understand it, and I find it easier to use Excel, which I don't know how I'll do either. However, I'm hoping for the best and I'm being optimistic. But if I choose to switch in between the sessions, is that okay?
It's completely fine. But the reason you need to select, because there is a bonus for the RStudio. There is no bonus for the Excel. So overall, 10% is for the RStudio. Overall, for the exercise, for the assignments, and for the final exam.
Okay.
So that's actually give you an extra 10 credits. So it's going to be the students who are using RStudio, they will receive 110. They have a chance to just be on the safe side to get level grades. But even if you work, I had a student last semester, they use Excel and they receive very high A-level grades. So I'm not encouraging you to use Excel, but my recommendation is RStudio, but I'm completely fine. I'm gonna go with both software today, and feel free to ask me question if you have during the class or during the live session for Excel or RStudio. So based on the agenda, I want to go with RStudio first. Most of the class are using, and then I will review the Excel for exercise 1, and then I'm going to go talk very fast on the individual assignment 1 that will be due next week. Okay, let me share my screen. And during the presentation, if you see, I'm sharing different screen. Please notice me because I cannot see, you can see. Okay. Screen 2, share this is screen 2. Okay, here. Can you see my screen now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, can you see RStudio?
Yes.
Is it RStudio? So.
Okay.
Okay, because I cannot see the Zoom screen share, so you can see that. Okay, this is exercise 1, right? So you need 3 elements to work with RStudio. First things first, yes, you need to install the package. And to install the RStudio, to work with RStudio, you need to install the R programming first, and then install RStudio, because RStudio use the R platform to use, sorry, my son is crying. Let me close the door so you cannot see that. Sorry. Okay. Probably he want to be on the Zoom, but he's not able to do that. It's very soon. He's only 5 months old. Okay. Okay, back to reality. You need to install the R and then the RStudio. So whenever you have RStudio, it should be a program like this. In your screen, you should see something like, I guess they're able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
This is RStudio, right? This, you can see the logo like this.
Right.
This is RStudio, right? So, okay, I need to stay to open it again. Okay, there is 3 elements. One is RStudio program. Whenever the program is ready, you can run the code. The second one is the codes. And the third one is the data. So as I mentioned in the instruction, you should go with, you should generate a folder, call it UMUC in drive C of your computer. You can put it in any other drive, but I call it drive C because all of the extra codes is based on the drive C. So you don't need to change anything. If you have decided to go any other drive, you need to make sure to change the c.umUC to the same drive, for example, d.umUC. There is a little bit different between a Mac user and a Windows user. So my computer is I'm working with a Windows as operating system. So for that reason, I'm using c/umUC/HMGT400, right? If you are having a Mac, I'm echoing myself. Let me mute one of these phones. So, okay. If you are using a MacBook, so usually in the Mac, in the documents, you should say /document/UMUC. In the document, you should generate a UMUC folder and put everything on that. So, okay. Till now, do you have any question? Is anyone try to install to download the codes and have some difficulties with that?
Professor, it's harder with Mac. It's a lot of errors you get. And I know when I used to have Windows, it's easier, but now I transitioned to Mac. It's more complicated. I'm not sure if you used Mac with RStudio before, but it's different.
No, it works with Mac. The only trick about Mac is just the root. You need to define the path. That's the only changes. It's going to be documented because in the Mac you should, because everything the Mac is the Mac has only one drive. And put everything on the drive. And then if you have only single user of the Mac, you can go with a tilde. This is a tilde, right? tilde/documents.
Okay.
/UMUC folder and put everything there. If you are multiple user in the computer, so we should go with /user then document. So for example, I'm go with HZARE. This is my user. You go with Shrika. Maybe your username is Shrika. So it depends on the users.
Sorry, Professor, is the under the Mac is the documents, is that an intentional misspelling or that's?
Yeah, it's a document. So yeah, it's a documents, right? Documents. That's it.
Just in case.
This is it. Thank you for noticing that because it was a capital and didn't show. I didn't notice this. A documents is exactly as a documents the Mac. So after this presentation, I will ask one of the students who are using the Mac to just go through the code. So then the Mac user can see the real program in the Mac. Okay,
Professor?
Yes.
Sorry, I just want to make sure that I get it right. For if you're using Windows, right, and you're opening all the data sets and all the archive.
You broke up.
So you're supposed to save that. Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're supposed to save that on the OSC or C drive file and just label it UMUC folder.
Yes, you should generate a folder in drive C. Can you see my computer? C, UMUC. This root should be C/UMUC. See?
Okay. And then you are saving all the files to this folder and under this drive, right?
Yes, I put everything in UMUC folder. So
okay, all right. I just
everything's gonna be here. So you have one folder for this. And some of the students have a separate class they're gonna generate, for example, HMGT400. Don't do that for this folder. This is just for the RStudio. Okay. And all
Sorry, Professor, so all the items already uploaded onto this mentioned file?
All the items is here, yes.
Yeah, oh, I see.
Yes.
Are you guys referencing where it says exercise 1 and the what's on your screen right now?
This is the code, yes. The screen is here. The exercise 1 is this one. Can you see my screen? This is
I see. I have exercise 1 on my screen as well. I'm just making sure that I'm wherever you are so I can follow along.
Do you have the same file here, right? Do you have this one?
I have that graph for, oh, hold on. What is that?
Where is that?
Let me go to the class.
Oh, I have that, but it's a Excel file. It's not a, I have that pulled up, but it's an Excel file.
Yeah, the format could be in the Word or in the Excel. So I put everything in the Word. So I don't need to each time download from the class. You can go with the same. Let me go.
So how do I do, so.
Let me go to the class. It's me, my.umc.edu. Let me show you from the class. So, what's happening? My.umc.edu. Okay. Wow. That's strange. Okay, here.
Oh my gosh.
Why I'm using very strong passwords.
Oh no, I'm just looking at this code and looking at what you have up there and wondering why I'm not seeing what you're seeing, and I mean it's kind of scary. Just a bit scared. That's it.
For some reason, don't change, continue. I don't like to change my password this time. Okay, here. It's so slow. All the time I have a live session, I have this experience. Very super slow. Okay, here. This is the class. Come on, what's going on?
I see the graph on the content page, but
no, I'd like to go to the class. I'd like to go refresh and try again.
I think you picked the wrong semester.
I agree. I agree.
Here, this is it, right?
The one. Well,
oh,
fall.
You are right. You are right. Here, I have to go here.
I think you're still too early.
See.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You need to go to the.
Okay, this is it.
That
right. One. Okay, they put all of my class here, so I usually don't go with this. Okay. This one. Okay. Class here. This is the discussion, right? Click on the discussion.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Click on the discussion.
And I put everything in the class instruction, right?
Yes. Click on a discussion
And if you
and
click on the exercise, you will see you can receive the Word document for the exercise.
oh, you said the Word document?
Yeah, there is two options. You can download the Word document for all the exercise here, or you can go to the content and then go to.
Somehow I have the Excel document. If you can look, I can show you. I mean, I have the Excel document. I don't know if you can see that.
This is this, right?
So that's supposed to be the result? Oh, I'm confused.
No, this is exercise one, right? This is exercise submission folder, and this is it. This is the question, right?
Okay, now, yeah, see, is there a way that, because I'm only seeing like, let me see, maybe it's the way, okay, here we go. That's just mine.
Yeah, as long as you see the same.
Oh yeah, I have that.
This is
I have that.
You could have it in the Excel, and the Excel is a data file.
Yes, I have that.
Teresa, the Excel is a data file, right? This is the questions.
Yes, I have that graph. Yes.
Okay, you have this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have this one, and I just only put them in this Word document. That's it. This is the same questions. You have the hospital with 10 variables. You need to compute the mean number of observation, mean standard deviation in 2011, 2012, and compute the p-value. This is all you need to do for week 1. Everyone is clear with that? Any question? Okay. Okay, this is the questions, right? Whenever you have this question, you should go with, okay, then go to the discussion. I put everything there, so you can go ahead and download everything from there, or you can go and download from the content. I'm gonna go with the discussion because everything is here. And then you should download this data. This data set is an Excel file.
So does it matter if you're using RStudio? Do you still download that one, or do you go under RStudio codes?
If you are using Excel or RStudio, you should have that file, HMGT400. This is the file. This is the name of file, CUMUC HMGT400. This is the file here. HMGT400, where is that? HMGT400 here.
Professor, for some reason, when I'm in the discussion forum and I'm looking for, I'm under exercise 1, I'm not getting this, the graph, what I'm getting when I click on data HMGT400 hospital, I'm getting the Excel file. I'm not getting
you are, you are getting this one. That's correct.
Yes, that's what I'm getting.
If you want to get a Word document, you have to click on this.
Let me see. I don't.
Can you see this?
What is that? Class instruction.
Questions.
Professor, I have a question. This is Liverpool.
Sure.
So I'm looking at both of the Excel chart that we're to, or the data set that you have us to fill in. So the p-values is for both years, 2011 and 2012, or just for that one set of, does it apply to both years, the p-value that you want?
I will explain that, but for the p-value, you have a 2 population. For each
Correct.
variable, you should go ahead with 1 t-test, right?
Correct.
And population is 1 population 2011, 1 population 2012.
Okay.
You have 1 t-test for each element of the question. Okay. Did you see that? Because I want to make sure everyone see these questions and the data set to not be confused about it. Did you try to download that? Can you see this one? Can you see the class instruction, right? This is a hello class. Here we are, questions. And in the question, there is the last part. This is HMGT400 exercise modified.
No, I don't. For some reason, I don't have that. I don't see that anywhere.
Do you want to share your screen, because this is really important? I like to see the class.
I would like to see it also. I mean, I'm speaking to you guys from my phone.
Is there anyone else? Is it possible someone else share the class? I like to see in your viewpoint. You can see this one.
Yeah.
Anyone? Doris, do you want to share your screen?
Hold on.
No, it's if you like. That's fine. If you don't like,
yeah,
someone
sure.
else can do that. Okay. Okay, let me stop sharing and you can share. Okay.
I can.
I'm gonna stay here because this is really important for all of you to make sure where is the question.
Doris is sharing the screen.
I mean, I'll try to see if I can share it with you guys.
I have the class open up.
If anyone else can open it, Doris, your limitation, that's completely fine. Someone else try that.
And I'm.
Okay, here you go. This is it. And is it possible to go to the class? Who shared the screen? Did you share the screen, Doris?
Is it me right now?
Someone shared the screen. I don't know who.
I think it's always me. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
I like to see from your side. Can you go to the class?
Okay. So
it's actually it's actually an all exercise from exercise 1 to thing. But what I did was I just copy and paste this exercise 1, and then I work it on with my as a Word document. But I use my Excel to input all the results to this one.
Okay.
That's
okay, this
did.
is the file. I'm looking everyone to see that. Monique, did you see that file?
I am.
So who was talking to me? Sorry, I forgot the name. Who was talking to me before that?
well, I
talk.
Who had a problem to finding these questions?
Oh, it was me. I'm sorry.
Okay. Teresa, did you find it?
No, I had to switch to my my laptop and get off of my phone.
Okay.
So that way, if I did need to share my screen or something, I could. I couldn't do it from my phone.
No, you don't need to share for me. Just make sure you find it. So as long as you have the question, that's fine. Okay. So that's it.
I was trying to get so I haven't where I'm looking thus far. I still can't. I don't see where it is.
Try to use your computer and share after this live session. I mean, you have 1 hour to find it. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm
that's
on
really,
my.
that's really important. Okay, okay. Let me go back to the class. Class, can you see my questions? Right. For the first question, I'm gonna go faster. For the first question, you have you should use a descriptive analysis to compare 2011 and 2012 between 10 elements in the hospital. Hospital bed, number of paid employees, non-paid, total hospital cost, revenue, Medicare and Medicaid days available, hospital discharge, Medicare discharge, and Medicaid discharge. So you should go with a number of observation. Let me mute you, Monique. A number of observation, mean, standard deviation for 2011, 2012, and p-value, right? So this is it. So if you go with, let's go with Excel. This is the data sets. This is the data set. The data set has 30 observation. The last, the 31 is because there is a row number here. If you are working with RStudio, you don't really need to see the data. As long as you put the data on the drive C of your computer, that's fine. You even don't need to touch the data set. But you need to make sure you have HMGT400.csv in drive C in folder UMUC.
How do you get to that point, Professor? Because that's where I got lost in the video, and I don't think I did it correctly.
Can you see in class? This is a code, right? Can you see the class? No?
Yes. Yes.
This is the data set, right? You can save the target as and go with C, UMUC. If you have a UMUC folder, so this is this PC, this is C, this is UMUC. And just save it here. If I get save, because I already have this file, it's gonna ask me do it. I'm gonna change it with test. Okay, I'm gonna go with number 2. So I have the file. If you see I don't need even to see the file. I will see right this because did you see I save it with number 2, right? It was this file. I can run this and see the file here. This is the file I'm downloading right now from the class. I don't need to see the file, but that's it. It was clear, Cynthia?
No.
I can go slowly.
Yes, please.
Okay, are you in the class?
I'm going to be using RStudio. Am I still going to? Okay, okay, I'm following you.
Okay, are you in the class?
Yes.
Okay, in the class, go to the discussion and please go to the class instruction.
Yes.
You should download 3 files from here. The first file is exercise for the questions, or you can download from any other place. That's not important. As long as you have the question, you are fine.
Okay, I got that.
Then you should go and download the data and click Save As. Sometimes you open the file in your computer and then save as through the Excel. Please don't do that. If you do that, the Excel will convert the CSV file to the Excel file and you are not able to read it through this code in the RStudio.
I'm not getting save targeted when I click on that.
Are you using a Mac or Windows?
Windows.
Can you right click on this?
Half an hour?
Yes.
Did you see that? Save target as?
It doesn't give me save target as. It tells me save link as, but not save target.
You cannot.
Me too. Me too.
Is it possible to share your screen, Krista? Cynthia?
Yes. Oh, it says I can't share while someone else is sharing.
Oh, yeah, sure, of course. I have to stop sharing. This is it. Go ahead.
Is it showing?
Not yet. Did you press this green line and say share? And
share, okay. And then I go to here.
Okay, here you go.
Okay.
Okay, right click on this. Save as. Can you see? Save target. You don't have a save target. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Can you click download?
Download?
Yeah, click open. Okay, so send to the device. Can you click on the save link as? I like to see what the message. That's interesting. I never see something like this. Okay, that's a save link as. Okay, put in the CUMUC.
Okay, save it in here. So.
Oh, you put it the UMUC in the desktop. Can you click on the this PC, please? Don't copy that. Copy that. Yeah. Double click on this PC. Go to the drive C. Okay. And put it on the UMC here. Yes. And save it. Okay.
Okay.
And did you download the codes?
Would that be this one right here?
They do the same process. Save link as. I think you're already there. You can just save.
Okay.
Yeah. This. Please download the other one. Sometimes you have. So that's the other one. No dplyr. No, the third one. That's it. Okay. Save link as. Save. You're already there. Okay.
Okay.
Then please go to the RStudio. And you have everything here. So I believe you should work. Can you just run line 14?
Hit run.
No, you have to select line 14 and then, yeah. Select entire line. Okay. Okay, one more time. Try. Okay. And run. And you have, can you run line 17? You have, I can see your file here. Run it. You have the data. Okay, this is the process you need to go. So also I see you downloaded, you didn't save the codes. Do you want to save as the codes here? Click on the file on the left top.
Right here? Oh, right here.
Yes, file, save as, and CUMUC, please. Is it here? Okay, that's here. Okay, yeah, that's save it. Click on the first one, save code HMGT400. Yes.
This one.
First, yes, yes, save. Replace it. Okay. Okay, let me go from your computer because I like to see the other class, also see what have you installed the package, dplyr package. So first, have you installed the dplyr package, line number 10? Did you try to run the codes?
Yes, I actually did that before the session started. I think I did it correctly.
Okay.
It looked like it was downloaded.
Okay, if is it correct, can you scroll down if you have installed the dplyr package? So can you just scroll? Okay, stay with line 32, 33. Yes, 31. Run 31. Okay. Okay, then run 33. Class, I'm going step by step to make sure everything is okay here. If not, I'm going to explain that. Okay, can you see the message? This is the popular message if you don't have dplyr package. If you receive this type of message, it does mean you did not install the dplyr package. Can you go up to the first line?
Number 1.
And in line 10, please highlight line 10 and run that one. Okay, this is the installing dplyr package, the first. Okay, it's taken maybe 1 or 2 minutes to install. Sometimes in some computers, especially if you are working Mac, the dplyr package cannot be installed. For that reason, I put a code with no dplyr package. So then you can, okay, I believe this is fine. Now run line 11. And scroll down to line 33. You should highlight it, this one, and run it. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, now go back to the first line and mute line 10. To mute the line, you should put the pound sign, Shift 3. Okay, that's it. And you can select all the codes and run it. Can you press Ctrl A and select everything?
Control A.
Yeah, and click on the run. See, if you click here, you can see all the results in your computer. Can you go to the drive CUMUC?
Yes.
And there is a code. You see week 1 exercise, it was there. You see the last file. Click on the last file.
This one right here?
Yes. This is all of your results here.
Okay, I wasn't getting that earlier. I did something wrong. And it actually had an error message.
The error message was probably because of the data set or because of the dplyr package. So I'm going to walk through this myself for the other part of the class. But I will explain. Can you see the message here, the last line? Can you read the last one with 1 more variable? Can you see that? Scroll down, go down, go down. This is here. No, go up. You're going so fast.
Sorry.
That's fine. Go up to the table, please. Okay, go way up. Yeah, that's here, stay here. Can you see this with 1 more available variable? Can you see that? Line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it was there. Can you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Count from one line. From 2001 is number 1, 50, 05, okay, that next one. With 1 more variable, can you see that? No, this is here. Above line.
Above line. Okay, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be at.
No, this is here. Can you read that? This is with one more variable. Can you see this? Okay, concentrate and find it. Can you read 2012? Can you see that?
Yes.
And the number in front of that is 377. Can you see that?
Yes.
And look at the bottom line with one more variable. Can you see
Oh,
that?
got it. Okay,
Yes.
okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
You know, whenever you have not enough space, you will receive this message. I will explain how to fix this. Okay.
Okay.
Please stop sharing. I will share my screen and explain all the process for the class. Okay.
How do I stop sharing?
I stop sharing. That's it. You do. Okay, that's it. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. Class, can you see my screen now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You know, class, the RStudio has 4 panels.
I can leave the session.
It has 4 panels.
I can leave
This
the
is the
session.
code panel.
It's not graded. It's
This is the code panel. This is the data panel. This is the plot panel, and this is the console panel. Right? You can see. I muted you, Doris. Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, Professor. Can you repeat that again, please?
Yes, the RStudio has a 4 panel. The first panel is this panel. This is the code panel.
Okay.
The other panel is a data panel. You can see all the data here because I work with different variables. So you can see I have a lot of data here.
Okay.
This panel is a plot panel. So you need to make sure you are in the plots. Otherwise, you are not able to see the plots.
Yeah, I don't have any of this. I'm gonna need you when you're done with everything to, if you could please help me walk through how to get.
Okay, we can walk through that, no problem. And this is the console panel. This is the 4th panel. So you can give enough space to each one. So if you click here, can you see this sign? You can drag in the right, drag in the left. So for the message like who was Cynthia, you had a message that you don't have enough. You have with one more variables, you can give more space. Do you want to do that and run again the codes by yourself and tell me the results? You should give more space to this and then run the code, and you will see entire result in your computer. Okay, class, let's me go and rephrase everything. Did you find how to give more space to this?
No, I missed that part.
Okay, can you see this divider? This is a divider, vertical divider. Click on this, hold, and drag on the right.
Okay. Oh, that's it, okay.
That's it. And then select all, Control A, and run entire your code, and then look at the text file. You should not receive with one more variable message. Okay, class, and the code, there is the first command. The first line is here, the sync command. The sync command keep all the log. This is a log file. Keep everything that RStudio is doing in the text file. So basically, when you run the codes, whenever you fix this line 15, and then when you install the package, for now the package is muted. For the first time you are using the code, you need to unmute the package, remove this pound sign, and unmute the package and install the package. And then mute again, because each time you don't need to run the package. So whenever you did that, there's 2 ways to run the codes. You can select everything and run the codes. It will scroll down and show you the graph. As long as you see the graph here, you are making sure your code is working. If you are doing the right things, you see this data set here, hospital data set. This hospital data set has 3030 observation. So you don't need to see this data, but if you double click on this, you can see the data here. So you don't need to see this data, by the way. So okay, let's me back and go step by step. Okay, first thing, so this is the sync command. The sync command save all the log file in your computer. Then you need to load the library each time, and then you need to read the data set. This is 3 important points for the first time. And if you are reading the data correctly, you should see these variables here. And your data set, if you run this code, all of the green line is a node. RStudio will not run them. That's just only node for the information. And if you click on the table with year, you can see this observation. You have 5005 observation in 2011. You have 5025 in 2012. Then you are using the group. You need to group the value year to just be able to use the summarize command. If you run the summarize command, you can see this one. This is my computer is rounded all the numbers. If you install the new package, it's going to be okay. You can report the numbers with rounded numbers. For example, this non-rounded number is 369, 76.9. So RStudio just rounded to 377. This is fine. So this is the means. Look at this code. This is the means for all the variables in this table. So you have the means, right, for these 2 columns. The first mean is for 2011, the second is for 2012. And then you need to look at the standard deviation. These lines generate a standard deviation. Almost the same number, very close, but the same format. So these are for this 2 column, right? So you have 4 columns, you have 7 columns. The 2, we already fixed all the columns, 4 columns. And then you need to go with a t-test. So these lines generate a t-test. If you look at this, you see the t-test for all variables. Let me go with one of the results and talk about that. Okay, I'm gonna go and talk about the hospital beds. So a hospital bed for 2012 has how many, what's the mean class for 2011?
377.
377, and for 2012?
377.
And what is the standard deviation for 2011?
No, it's standard deviation.
What is that here?
561.
Yeah.
561, and what is for 2012?
580.
580. Okay, let's me go to the Excel, to the code. So this was here. The mean for 2011 was 377. The standard deviation was 561.
Right.
The mean was 777, 377, and the standard deviation of 580, right? Mm-hmm. I have these 4 numbers. I don't still have the numbers. So, but I have also the result for the t-test, right? The t-test is here. Look at this line. Use the hospital 11, hospital 12, and compare the t-test between hospital beds, right? So the t-test, the RStudio using the Welch 2 sample t-test, and there's a document in the class that discusses about the Welch 2 sample t-test. So the Welch 2 sample t-test use the unequal t-test. We are using the same approach in Excel. And it provide me 4 different numbers, well, lots of numbers. So the 3 numbers is here. The t value, someone just send me a note, I will read that later. The t value, the degree of freedom, and the p value, right? The question asks about the p value. And do you know what does it mean, 0.9926? This is the place for the p value. And do you know what does it mean, class?
Patient value? Is that a probability or something, or what is that?
The p-value give me the significantly difference. So in the 5% variance in the with alpha as a 5%, so any numbers more than 0.05, 5%, you divided 5 to 100, you could see 0.05, right? 5%. Any numbers more than 0.05 puts the data in form of non-significant differences. So based on this observation, there is no significant differences between hospital bed, and you can see that, right? This is a 377.
Mm-hmm.
You have 377 in 2011 and 2012.
There should be no change in the
significant changes. Let's look at the other variable that we more likely see the significantly. For example, what about the number of payers I have? Can you tell me what's the mean for this variable?
1,237.
1237 for 2012.
1,491.
Okay, and the standard deviation? What's the standard deviation?
For 2011?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is it in front of you? This is this one, right?
Yeah, 1616, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'd like to tell me, but I know that, but I want to ask you, 1237, is anyone? Okay, and then this is 6, how was that? 4091 plus 9062. And based on this observation, you expected to see the significant difference or no?
Yeah.
Okay, look at the p-value.
Mm-hmm.
The p-value is?
Oh, none.
So there's a major difference.
The p-value is here.
Right.
If I want to report with 4 decimal, I have this number. Is it more than 0.05 or less than 0.05?
More than
0.05. This number is more than 0.05?
Less than?
This number is less than 0.05, right?
Yes.
And so there is a significant differences between number of paid employees in 2011, between 2011 and 2012. This is kind of discussion.
Yes.
I need you to have that. So I'm not going through all of this. I'm going to give you some example for number of observation, and then we are good with RStudio in this part. Okay, this line gives us some number of observation. So this my table comment in a state in RStudio gives the number of observations. So for this comment, I'm looking at the step 10, line 92 in my computer. Probably you have in the same line if you didn't change it. And if you look at these two lines, run these two lines, you can see 5005. And you can run all of them together because they are the same order as the table. I have this one. I run it twice, so I have this one, 5005. Can you read for me the number of observation for number of employee?
1,505?
Yeah.
For number of employees, are you reading the blue line also?
Oh, wait a minute.
This is hospital bed. Where is the number of employees?
1,498.
Exactly. This is it. 1498. And this is for which year?
That's 2011.
2011, exactly. This is for 2011 because this is 2011. So I have these two numbers for 2011. I will populate the table later, and this is for 2012. We have the same code with a different data. So these are the number of observation for 2012. This is 2012, right? Hospital bed is 5025. And what is the number of employee?
1515.
That's correct. And then we can populate it. This 5005. and 5025. We have this one, 4098. And I have 5050. Okay, these are, you should just populate the other 8 variables, and then this is the first exercise. And then you should have a short discussion. But if you like to try more, I gave you some information for the box plot here. I'm going to show you how to see that. The box plot is a plot to compare the means of two variables. You can compare lots of groups, but so it's easy to compare 2 groups at least. These lines of the code generate this. And you see this is here. You have this one, and you can export this. There are several ways to export that. The easiest way you already are familiar with as a screenshot. You can press a screenshot and go to the paint and copy this. The other way, this is here. You can click on this export, click on the copy to clipboard, and click copy plots. Okay, this is the important point. Whenever you go to the Word document, if you right click, there is no place for pasting here. What do you have to do?
We shrink it or crop it or something?
You can press Control V actually, right?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
Or you
Control
can
V
click the
is a short key to just paste.
Oh, okay.
You can press Control V. And if you go back to the RStudio, if you run the code entirely, I'm gonna and then this is the other code after probably eliminating the outliers. This is for extra credits. So the question never asks to add the plots, but if you like to receive extra credits, you can copy the plot and paste it in the class, in the exercise. And then you should discuss very short. The discussion should be based on the question asked, is there any significant difference between 2011 and 12? And the discussion should be based on the p-value. If the p-value is less than 0.05, where is that? Okay, then you can say there is a signal. Look at here. I look at this, the p-value is not differences, so there is no difference in the hospital beds. I'm looking at number of paid employees, and I look at the means. This is significant, right? Because it's less than 0.05. Then I like to see which year has a better hospitals had a better performance. So I'm gonna go to the means. Whenever there's significant here, I'm looking at the mean. The mean here, this year is a higher mean, right? Then I can say hospital 2012 experienced higher employee, higher paid employee, full-time employees. Then you can go with the other part of this code. So let me go back to RStudio and explain how to read the text file, right? So you can press A whenever you install the package and run the code, and the data will be generated here. Week 1 exercise. I ran this a few moments ago, right? Let me see week 1 exercise. I have it here, 6/3/11/2000. It's not. I like to see the exact file I generated right now. Let me go ahead and run again. Let me call it today. So I will stay with the same name, so you don't need to confuse yourself. I'm gonna run everything. And this is CUMUC. I'm in the CUMUC, and I'm gonna sort this based on date modified. And I have this file. 10/26/6:06 p.m. This is the file. And in this file, you can see all the observation you need. The first set of numbers is a means, 2011, mean for 2012. A standard deviation for 2011, a standard deviation for 2012. And then you have a where-to sample t-test. This is for hospital beds. Look at the first line after where-to sample t-test. Hospital beds, employees, non-paid, hospital cost, hospital revenue, Medicare, Medicaid. That's, and okay, this is total hospital discharge, hospital Medicare discharge. This is here. And these are the same order for first for 2011 and then for 2012. So these are the same order. So if you go with the order of the table, you can finish this. And this should be the end of 2011 and then start 2012 with 50-25. And then you are fine with this exercise using RStudio. Any questions so far? It was easy, right?
It was easier. I was just going to say that. Oh my God.
Okay.
It's way
Well,
easier.
I think I have to, I'm not able to download that packet. So I have to start over from that process.
It is very easy to go and you can document everything. So if you don't have any questions for RStudio, I'm going to switch to Excel.
Yeah. That's way easier, Professor, than using Excel.
Of course, it's much, it's very easier, and also there's a less work comparison for Excel, because for Excel, for each line you have to generate that. But that's the beauty of job. You are learning Excel in the advanced level. So, the beauty of this class is you're learning so much skills. So this is important. Okay, I never noticed before, because every time in my class I notice, okay, please don't drop your class before talking to me. Don't drop your class before talking to me. We always can find a way to help you.
I was considering it.
We promise.
Don't drop the class before talking to me. And give this message to everyone in the class. Okay? You are a messenger of this to the class. All the participants are the messenger. Always there is a way to get a very high grades. So I'm responsible for your grades in very high level. So please stay with class and you're gonna be okay, no problem with that. The good things for this class is learning. The grade is the second level. So look at the very the major objective of being in the UMUC. The grade is come with your objective. Usually, when you reach your objective, your grade is with objective is like 100. When you have 100, for sure you have a 90. Okay. So any question for the RStudio class?
No.
Okay. And one more point. Sometimes you are not able to install the dplyr package. So if you have experience like that, you can go with the no dplyr codes. The way I wrote the no dplyr codes, you do not need the dplyr package. So you muted this one. If you are working with no dplyr code, muted the library dplyr, and then start running the code. So let me run this at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna run this code. You can, based on this code, you need to see the mean for each level of variable. So you have the data, you are reading data, and then here I generated 2 data sets, and I'm gonna use a mean command. The mean command is here. So you can run all of them and see. It's much easier to follow than text file. And I'm using the standard deviation command for 2011 and 2012. This is for 2012. We can run all of them together and we can look at this. And then this is a ttest. The other part is the same. Only the only things is a summarize command that cannot be worked without dplyr package. Sometimes if you open the scene command, when you run the code, you are not able to see anything in the console. See, you cannot see any numbers here. To see the numbers, you need to run the last line, the sync, close the sync, and then you are able to see the number. If you run this, you can see the numbers now. Numbers is here. Okay, class, this was about RStudio. And is there any question for RStudio?
So I'm sorry.
Sure.
I had a little bit of trouble following where you had the, I guess, the solutions at one point. I'm not sure where you got that from, because I'm scrolling down through RStudio and I'm just seeing a whole bunch of
the solution for what?
Formulas.
For the solution for what, Cynthia?
Where you, man, I'm totally missed it. So you clicked on something on here, you did Control A, and then you went back into the
text file. Okay.
Yeah. So
you want to share your screen, and then let's see what the problem is. Let me stop sharing. I didn't have a chance to work in the Excel. So how many of you are working in Excel?
I was just really trying to work with whichever one is easier.
Okay, only one. I believe the Shakira decided to move to the RStudio, right?
Yes, if I could get it on my computer.
Okay. Okay, then I will not discuss Excel at this point. I will post the video later. So we have time to discuss. Nicole, do you have any question? Oh, you say you are working with Excel?
Well,
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I will explain Excel.
Now I'm actually deciding on doing RStudio.
Yeah, back and forth too. I don't know.
Okay, Cynthia, do you want to share the screen? Let me see what was the problem.
Yes, let's see.
Okay.
I think I may have found it, but I'm not sure if I'm looking at the right
Somebody
thing.
send me a note here. Say, okay, Professor, I just need the formula for the, okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, yes. Rika, do you ask me the question for the Excel?
So this is a question as far as when you're out in the field working. I mean, is RStudio something that's common now in health administration or in administration period?
The RStudio is a free package, and it's gonna be, and it's a really popular package around the world. So it's gonna be in the, it is in the #1 statistical package. So, but if you like to do it something manually, I give you the formula for that.
I was just wondering if you know, in the administrative field, when you're working in administration, are they using RStudios now?
It depends. It depends on which level of analysis you want to do. Sometimes they like to just to see the list. They are using Excel as a spreadsheet to just do something. They are not computing anything.
Okay.
And I'm even using that Excel for developing table. When I'm running the RStudio, I just move them to the Excel, and it's very easy to work.
Okay.
But they usually don't need anything to just see to analysis level. Could you scroll up, Cynthia? I see your, okay. Scroll up. Up, okay. Scroll up. Okay, here, see, with one more variable, can you see that? Okay, stay here, bear with me, I will tell you. 1, 2, 3, okay, if you, can you see the 2012?
Yes.
Yeah, here you go, you are on this, 377. This is with one more variable, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, the problem is, when you receive this message, it does mean you do not have enough space in the console. Close the codes, close this file, please, and let's go back to RStudio. Oh, you did not, you stop sharing. Please share again. Yeah, because that's important, because every class, in my class HTML, I have lots of questions for that. Let me go with that. Cynthia, please share your screen again.
RStudio. Oh, okay, got it. All right, so I pushed it over.
Okay, give more space to this, and then select all and run again. Okay. And John. Okay. And please go to CUMUC.
Right up here.
I believe you need to reshare your screen because I cannot see your folder. I can see your RStudio now. You have to new share to show your folder or minimize your RStudio. I can see.
Okay.
Because
Can you
your
see it now?
page is freezed here.
Okay.
Okay. I still cannot see your text file.
Okay.
Okay, should. Yeah.
Share.
Okay. 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 Open the last file. Double click, please.
Right here?
Can you see? I don't see your file. Are you seeing your file?
Yes.
Okay, I only can see your folder here.
Okay.
You need to, okay, I see that. Okay, you
makes
see
me share every
the
time.
message disappeared. Can you see that? The message disappeared. You have all the observation here. If you look at the 2012 number, stay here. So there is no message with one more variable. Can you see that? So you have
Yes.
So you have the information for all the variables. The previous one, you had the information for Medicare, but you didn't have information for Medicaid.
Okay.
Reason your RStudio gave you a message that with one more variable, does mean okay, there is not all the things here. So I wanted to make sure that you have everything here, and it's really popular. It's a very common problem. Most of the class, if you don't adjust the screens, adjust the console panel, you're gonna see that message. Okay. Okay, thank you. Do you want to stop sharing? I can go through.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, sure. Okay. Class, let me go very fast to the Excel.
Professor, I have a quick question if you don't mind.
Go ahead, Nicole.
When you're downloading RStudio, what link do you at the instructions? And I see USA, but I don't see the University of
Did you for the R or for RStudio?
RStudio. Well, this is for R programming.
Yeah, for the the location. You are talking about the location of, correct?
Yes.
Whenever you are downloading the R, first you need to find the location. You can find in the US any place close to you, or even you can select anything. That's fine.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, there's no problem. As long as you have some of the students are out of the US, you can just go with out of the US, and the US you can press any key. That's fine. Okay. That's for the distribution of the RStudio website. They want to see how many persons are working in this.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Okay, class, do you have my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, this is for Excel users. I will not have it any time to go through the individual assignments, but I will try to go very fast. Someone asked me about I think Monica, it was you. Did you ask me about the t-test formula, correct? Someone asked me about the question.
That was me, Professor. That was Lord.
I cannot see all the members. Who is? It was.
That was Lord Pooh.
Okay. Thank you. Because I can see only 4 members here. Whenever I'm sharing a screen, I cannot see anything.
Okay.
Okay. This is Excel, and this is the data set, right? You have 3,000 observation. I just hide all of them because I don't need to see all of them here. When you download the data, you have this is the data you can see in the Excel, right? So the data is in the CSV format. Please click on the file and save as Excel file. I change it to Excel workbook. So you do that, or change it with Excel 97-2003. So anything like that, don't stay with the CSV file. Otherwise, as long as you finished and you save, all of your formula will be disappeared.
Okay.
I had a student for the final exam, she just didn't save it and completed everything and saved to me, and it was only one table. I asked her, so it's only one table? And said, Professor, I sent everything. I said, I know you sent it, but you didn't convert to Excel, and all of your numbers disappeared from me. Okay, so don't do that to yourself. So, okay, let's go with Excel. I don't need to see all the numbers. I'm gonna hide the numbers I don't need. So I'm gonna stay with 2 lines here. First line, second line. Arizona, Wisconsin. All the other numbers here, but I don't see them. And this is the teaching and non-teaching, right? This is it. This is the variables you need to populate it. Never mind about this variable. This is the 10 variables you just need. It was a 10, right? This was this 10 variables here.
Professor, how did you hide the other lines?
I'm gonna show you how to unhide this, and you can see this. If you click here, can you see this line?
On 3?
Clicking, yes. Click on number 3 and page down. Press page down, or you can press Ctrl End to see to the end of this file.
Oh, so you just basically just go down.
Yes, and then click here. Okay, I'm just going to with this. Okay, here. Hold the Shift key and scroll down, and then right click and hide this. So it's hidden, right? You have only 2 lines. It was clear?
For some reason, I have you know what? Let me try it again. Let me try it again.
Yeah, that you should be able to do that. That's very easy to go. But try.
Yes.
Try with 1 line. So don't go with all of them. And when you hide 1 line, you just can see the pattern for all of them.
I think I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I got it.
Okay, I'm gonna go with 1 example for hospital beds, and you can go ahead with yourself for the other part. So, you know, for the Excel, you should use 4 functions here. The first function is the count if function. The count if function here, because the data we have you heard about the long and wide data?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the differences? Anyone want to explain that?
In the what? I'm sorry.
What is the differences between long data and wide data?
Oh. I'm fresh out.
No. Okay. This is A, B, C, right? This is 2011, 2011, 2011. I have the same number here, 2012. This is a long data, right? I have a variable year, and I have repeated the variable for 2011 and 2012. This is a long data. The data set we are using in the class is a long data.
Okay.
Excel needs a wide data. It should be something like this. Let me change this number 1. Stay here. You can see this. The wide data should be something like this.
Okay.
This is the wide data, right?
So basically, it's just simply lengthening versus widening.
Yes, yes. The long data is all the data together. If you have A and B, and each of them has 2 observations, you have 4 numbers. When you have convert to the wide data, you have only 2 lines with the 4 observations. The Excel needs wide data to compute, or you can use the count if function. The count if function filter some part of the data, right? So here, for the filter, so you should, the hospital, teaching hospital is the filter variable. The 0 goes for non-teaching, 1 goes for teaching. So you should click on the count if. Can you see this one? Count if.
Mm-hmm.
And the hospital beds is this variable, right? So I just go with this. I selected entire observation for hospital beds and then filter by hospital teaching. So I say, okay, look at compute all of the observation for this, all of the observation for the column H, and then filter for teaching. If it is, this is teaching, right? This is teaching. 1 is for teaching, 0 is for non-teaching. This is filtering the files. This is the number of row. This is the number of row for the teaching hospital. It gives me numbers of teaching here. And I believe you needed 2011 and 12, right? I'm just giving the other file. The question was about 2011 and 12, so I'm glad I noticed that. This is here. So actually, this is for teaching and non-teaching, but this is the same approach. You just need to change this HJ variable to this one. The number of years, the C variable, right? The C variable is here. C. And it should be 2011. That's it. For this, for the assignment one, the exercise one, you have only this one, right? This is here. You have these variables, you want to compute them. For the N, you use the count if, and then select the value, the filter variable, and then the other variables. If they equal, if there is no, if it's no missing observation. So basically, when I say more than 0, I just eliminated all the missing observation. This is for the count if. For the mean, you can use the average if. Usually you can use average to get the average for the wide data. For the long data, you can use the average if and then filter this. And as you see here, the G here, J here should be C, right? The C is for 2011. This is 2011. 376.6. We had the same equal number, 377 in the Excel, right? In the RStudio.
Yeah.
And then for the standard deviation, you should go with this. This is a C, right? This is the C. And this is 2011. And this is interesting. For the standard deviation, you should press Shift, Control Shift Enter. Control Shift Enter. I already did that. Okay, this is the standard deviation for this. The same for 2012. So you can go with the same approach and change it to C. 2012, and that's it. You have this one, right? You can do the same for the standard deviation. So I'm not going to talk about that. And you also need to go with the p-value. For I'm going to go with one variables here, and then you can compute by yourself. I have to compute this one because otherwise I'm not able to do that. I have C here, 2012. I have standard deviation C. – 2012. I'm gonna put this one, Control Shift N. Okay. To compute the p-value, you should go with this. You should compute the t-value first, and then compute the t-value. This is the point. And this is the formula. You should use the absolute value for the mean differences and computed by standard deviation divided by number of observation, a square root for each population. So I just copy. This is the same thing I computed here, and to do this one, I computed the square root, and then I go with the t-value. For the t-value, I just wrote this formula here. This is the formula. This is this formula. The mean divided by a square root of the standard deviation on power of 2 divided by number of observation for the first population, same for the second population, and I have a t-value. Whenever you have a t-value using this formula, you can generate a p-value. The p-value should be using the tdist command, absolute value of this value. And you can see 0.82. There is a differences between the value of the p and in Excel and the RStudio, but this significantly didn't change. We had 0.90 something. We have this one in RStudio, right? We have 0.99 and we have 0.82. That's the same result. It's all the numbers is more than 0.05. So we are good with that. And I never ask you to compute for this exercise. You don't need to compute the to populate to show the result in the box plot. But if you want to do that, it's very easy. You have this here, right? You can just go with a box plot. One of this here. This is a box plot. And you can generate this. Well, I have to install a package. Okay, here. Doesn't work like this. You should, this is the point. You have to generate this number only. Give only these numbers here. I have means, right? I have the means here. And both means are the same. For that reason, I cannot see. Okay, let's see. 2011, year 11. Year 12. You can go even with a bar chart in Excel. If you are working in Excel, this is fine. You can generate a bar chart. It's going to be something like this. Or with a P, where is that? Or your box chart. This is a box plot for Excel user. You can type the title here and everything is the same. Okay. The way I generated here, I just put all the variables here. You can put all of them here, right? And then copy from this line. I'm just copying the means. You don't need to type again from this line, and you can just copy this for the other one. That's it. Because you don't have any numbers here, you don't see, but for example, I put 10 here, you can see the 10 here. So this is for the Excel users. For the Excel, there's a lots of work to do that, but it's still there is a chance if you don't have, if you don't like to work RStudio, you can go with Excel. And there is a complete video to show how to work with Excel, but I say the same thing I'm telling you here. This is for Excel users, and we are almost out of time. I can stay 5 more minutes if you have any other question. Otherwise, I don't like to interrupt you because I had a plan to go through the individual assignment, but I will post the instruction for that. Any questions so far, class?
Are you gonna?
No.
Are you? Well, no.
Rose, do you have any question?
No.
Okay.
No. Yes,
Someone asked me a question.
Okay. So we do have to show work, right? When we use Excel to show how we got like the p-value and everything, right?
You don't need, I look at the numbers, I understand you work RStudio or Excel. So you don't need to show me what you did. I just need to this table, because when you convert a table to Word, you are not able to show the formula. I don't need the formula.
Yeah, because I thought I was gonna have to, like, when I use the Excel on a separate sheet, I'll show you how I got the numbers. You know, when you click on the cell, you can see how I got it. So
I don't need to do that, but you need to keep that for yourself, because you need that for the final exam, because you have the similar question for the final exam. It's not easy to just populate all numbers. You can go with a different way. You can convert the data to the Y data and just go with the mean, average, and numbers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right.
But so it's lots of duplication something, then I prefer to go with a formula than just computing manually. This is what. Okay.
Excel seems a little bit easier because the formula actually helps a little bit better. But thank you for showing everything. I really understand.
I do believe that.
I screenshotted and took some pictures of the formula, so that helps.
Okay. For last question, any student are working with MacBook now, participating in the Zoom at the moment?
Yes, me.
Do you have? So did you install? I like someone to install the package and can share the screen.
Yeah, I tried and I have issues. So I'm gonna try again tonight.
Okay.
And see.
Even the only issue with Mac is maybe you're not able to just install the dplyr package. Otherwise, you are good to go. You can use the no dplyr package.
Okay.
Okay, class. Thank you very much for being here.
One more question. Is this session recorded so I can reference it later?
Yes, I record this session. I'm gonna put the link in the class.
Okay, that's great. Okay.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Okay, this is the end of session. Goodbye.